Yeah, it's your boy Polo the Swag King, and welcome to another episode of Polo's POV. If you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. Life, love, and all the above. And now that you know what type of party it is, let me stop all the shucking and jiving and come on with the come on. How y'all doing out there? I hope you're doing well. I's doing good. How you feeling? Well, I hope everything reaching y'all pretty good. I hope the sound of my voice hitting your earlobes, motivating and elevating and all that old good stuff. But anyway, I'm pretty sure if you've been around, you probably done heard about the draft of the opinion for states to decide Roe versus Wade. And in case you're not familiar with Roe versus Wade, that's pretty much a woman's right to have an abortion. And somebody's drafted up an opinion to try to serve from the Supreme Court that they're going to leave this up to states. If your state decide a woman can't have an abortion, that's what it's going to be, and taking it off the federal level. Well, the problem is, for one, how did this get leaked from the Supreme Court? Is somebody in the Supreme Court is a snitch. Somebody been telling some shit. But, regardless of how you feel, if you're anti or pro, it's kind of hard to tell people what to do with their body. Now, me personally, I'm not leaning one way or the other, because I don't have to carry no baby 9 months. So to me, it's not my place to say, should it be yay or nay. I personally believe what somebody want to do with their body is totally up to them. That's my opinion. But I do not agree with some old person trying to say what somebody else need to do with their body. Now, call it what you want on that. And that's all I'm going to talk about on that one. Well, keeping it local, in case you don't know, I am from Mississippi, the SIP, in my crook letter. And we had a shooting down here in the Gulfport area, which would be our coast area, Pascagoula, Biloxi, all that, for the people that's not from Mississippi. Everybody else from Mississippi, they know exactly what I'm talking about. But we had 4 people shot, and before the shooter ended up in a standoff, and the police ended up killing him. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he was a white guy. I could be wrong, but you know what? I take that back. He wasn't a white guy because he got killed too. I'm going to say he was a black guy. I'm going to do some more research on that and find the color of the shooter. But either way, this violent shit is getting a little, well, I ain't going to say a little out of hand. It's been out of hand. If you just do statistics around the world, around the states, every state the murder rate is up. I don't know if it's because people fresh out of COVID, they've been locked up for the last 2 years and now they're free and acting crazy. I don't know what the business is, but this gun violence has got to get under control. You don't hear people getting hatchet to death, 4 or 5 people getting hatchet, 4 or 5 people getting stabbed. It's always with these guns. And I don't know what the answer is, but we got to start figuring out something. Because if you look at the murder rate compared to other countries, yeah, we kind of like on top of the mound and ain't going nowhere soon. But anyway, keeping it moving and talking about violence, have we forgot about the Capitol riots? I've heard a few trials going on, but that wasn't just a few people, man. It was a lot of people. Some military, some government officials. So it was like a lot of people involved in this. They climbing the walls and putting their feet on desks and taking podiums. This was a full stage riot that was, broadcasted on TV. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the punishment and the capture of the individual should be a little more swift. You know what I'm saying? Let little Ray steal a car. Man, they finna hunt him down. It won't be long before he in cuffs. But these people, most of them on camera from or surveillance from the Capitol building and television crews and all that. But I think that process is a little slow. Why? I don't know. But that's just my opinion on that. And also just keeping it in that realm, because we already know who helped incite it. You can say what you want to say. We know who helped incite the riot. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of him, his social site, True Social, done reached 1.4 million. And it's actually outdoing Twitter. So, I talk about voting and getting out, trying to change your community a lot. But, this guy ain't, just because he ain't in the White House, don't mean he ain't got followers. Don't mean people ain't on his coattail. Don't mean he can't influence people. So like I said, his personal site that or social network that he created, because he kept getting kicked off Twitter and all that. Like I said, 1.4 million, and that's out doing Twitter, and Twitter pretty popular. Now I don't know if they following him or just the platform. I mean, I don't know, but y'all can't sleep on Mr. Trump. That's all I'm saying. But people, if you ain't registered to vote, register to vote and get out to vote. I mean, that's the only way, whether you voting with or against a person. Ain't nobody gonna value or know your opinion unless you cast your vote. You know what I'm saying? And that just trigger, you heard me. Keeping it moving, Arizona Powerball. Well, the Powerball, the ticket was sold in Arizona for $473 million. I'm talking about cold, hard cash, like the Migos say, cash. You know what I'm saying? And this person cashed it out. Well, the cash price would be like $283 million. Now, what would you do? Wait on that $473 over time, or cash out that $283 million? I'm talking about right now, R-A-T now, right now. Let me think. Young man, let me go and get my money up front. I mean, to me, it ain't even a question. You might catch COVID and die in the next 3 days or some shit like that. So let me go and get that 283 now. But I'm pretty sure anybody in their right mind go cash out with the 283 right now, as opposed to waiting. And also, it brought up the fact that the record was 1.586 billion. That was back in 2016, but it was like multiple winners. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them still living pretty healthy off that, but that was just a little fun fact. But I don't really need all that, man. I'm good with a cool meal. 500,000, really. Look, I'm going to go lower. 250, 150,000. I mean, I don't know. Just give me any kind of that money, and I can make it work. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the restaurant in Wisconsin got a robot server. It takes plates off the table. It takes about $30 a day to run this robot. And what'll happen, a programmer will come out, he'll program the layout of the restaurant to the robot, and he just like a server. But I'm thinking, if you got a robot server now, I shouldn't have to wait on no refill no more. And they saying that's the purpose of the robot server, so he can get plates and stuff, so the waiter or waitress will have more time with the customer. Now, I don't know how I feel about that, because robot or not, I mean, I don't want to be waiting on my refill, you know what I'm saying? And then, as far as the plate go, most people just go push the plate to the side. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like, I mean, I can understand the concept of it, but I'm not really sure how much it's helping. You know what I'm saying? It's only helping out a little bit. Is that really worth the trouble? Like I said, you got to have a programmer, and then you basically paying the robot. Because, like I said, it costs $30 a day to run. I feel like that's $30 you can be putting in the pocket of some human people, you know, people that breathe air, you know, something that breathes air, you know, walk on two legs. But that's interesting. That's in Wisconsin, y'all. If y'all ever want to do further research of it or look that up. Keeping it across the country, officers in California give $100 to random people to help with groceries. Now, I like this story for the simple fact, you know, everybody know police and public relationships get strained at times because of, you know, police shootings and all that good old stuff. But to me, this is a good story because it sheds like our police ain't bad, you know, and there are some good cops out there. They actually want to help the community and stuff like that. But the problem is the bad ones make it rough on the good ones. And then at the same time, is it really a such thing as a good one? If he know a bad one doing bad but ain't saying nothing? I mean, that's a good question, ain't it? And I feel like, I done seen movies, you know, I don't know for sure. So, but I've seen movies they call the blue wall or something like that, where like if a cop tell on a cop, the other cops like turn their back on them. Like you might get on your radio, call for backup, and don't nobody show up. And what I think people have to keep in mind, they want to go home too. They got a family at home too. You know what I'm saying? They might be scared or a little nervous also. But to me, that also goes back to the training. They need better training and be better equipped to handle split-second decisions and situations. So once again, that's some got Got to get these votes and get your opinions out there, protests and petitions to help find a way to get the police programs under control or to better serve the community. But like I said, either way, they was giving out $100 to random people to help with groceries, and that's a good thing. And speaking of groceries, I had somebody pay for my groceries. I didn't have much. I think like some ice cream, like some fruit juice, and I think ice cream cones, maybe something like that. But they was like, yeah, put his groceries up here, ring them up, and just put them in a separate bag. And I got it. And I was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. I said, no, it's fine. And they insisted. And, you know, I ain't going to argue with you too long now if you go pay for my shit. So I was like, well, thank you. And it also made it's a few good people, a few people still doing good deeds in the world. It ain't all bad regardless of what you hear on Fox News or, hell, even my podcast. I talk about all kind of shit. So, you know, but it ain't all bad. There's a few good people, so it is still hope for this world and this planet, man. It's just your heart got to be in the right place, I guess. Keeping it on the right place, it's a lot of families' life done changed because they kid done went to the NFL because the NFL draft was recently, and you had 5 defensive players to go first round. I think it's like the first time that done happened, like they in a while. I don't know if it's ever, but it's been a while. Like it was all defensive players. Didn't nobody pick an offensive player out of the first 5. But and shout out to them. And keeping it on sports, my boy Chris Paul shot 14 for 14 without a miss. That's the NBA playoff records. And in case you've been under a rock somewhere, the playoffs are going on. There's some good basketball going down too. Me personally, I'm watching the Memphis and Golden State series. And you know, Golden State, they got plenty of shooters. They done won the championship multiple times. But I just want Memphis to do it, man. I like Ja Morant. They're a young team. They fun to watch. And Golden State got enough championships. They're Golden State. Hell, they probably win some more. But I want to see Memphis Grizzlies pull this off. They probably won't now. So don't be running out saying Polo said Golden State go lose because they still got Clay and Steph. And, man, Steph might make a shot from the fucking moon if he tried. So you can't ever count them out. Like I said, I do believe Golden State will pull it off, but I would like to see Memphis win, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all got any questions or comments about it, you can hit me up at MarcoPolo2K at iCloud.com. That's the email, or Polo_DA_swag_king on Instagram, or Polo the Swag King 1 on Twitter. Now, speaking of NBA, and them boys bringing in a lot of money, and they make a lot of money per game. But they still don't forget about the WNBA. And we still got a player over there in Russia, Griner or something like that. I don't think she came home yet. If she has, I ain't heard about it. But we got the playoffs going on over here with the men. It's like they done forgot about the female over there in a Russian jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, y'all, we got to keep our eyes open and stay focused on what's real and what's not. And speaking of eyes open, anybody ought to be able to see Amazon. Ooh, they major. But Amazon done lost some earnings for the first time in 7 years. That's a long time. I mean, if I ain't lost no money in 7 years, I think I'd take this little hit and be like, it happens. But Amazon gonna be Amazon. I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back strong. And cause man, I order shit off at least twice a week. So I'm ordering something off Amazon. You know what I'm saying? It's convenient. I got the Echo Show, and man, I just, hey Alexa, order this, and she, man, or reorder, and then she tell me when it's coming. I can see it on my little screen. I mean, it's convenient. Sure beat the hell out of going to Walmart, I tell you that. And me personally, I don't like going to Walmart. It's too packed. You can't get in and out. First you got to park, then you got to walk, then you got to go in there. It's like a whole obligation. And I just want a motherfucking pizza or a T-shirt or something. And man, I'm telling you, I don't like going to Walmart. I'm pretty sure some other people might feel the same way. But hold on, y'all. Let me get to this right here. Okay, this was in Greensboro, North Carolina, which don't surprise me, but they supposed to have a Satan club, and it's literally exactly what it say, not the, they don't want to have a 4-H club after school.